Greetings, GameCola faithful, and welcome back to more Let's Play Dragon Warrior. In the last episode, we made it to the bottom of that, the mountain cave, if I remember correctly. I think that was last episode. Goodness.
That was yesterday. You forgot already?
I have. My memory is a travesty.
Mine too. We are not the best group to be selling any kind of facts and information right now. Please fact check everything we say.
Yes, indeed. But the goal for this session is to, I believe we're gonna go and try and fight the green dragon in the tunnel bridging the northeastern and southeastern regions.
The north-southern.
Yes.
Yeah.
The north-south bridge in the east, or tunnel.
I believe we need to go get some keys first, and then a replacement wing, and then go take on the dragon.
Okay, I've got keys. I have one torch.
Oh, we do have keys. Okay,
yeah, we
but
don't have wings, though.
Were we going to do the Garin cave thing first?
I
No,
think
we're doing that next after
my
this?
plan was to do that next. After
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking let's go after the dragon first.
I'm sure that this is very exciting for everyone who just came from the previous episode and now just hears us bumbling around.
Yeah, we'll see. Listen, if you're watching these episodes as they release, then it's actually been longer for you, the people watching, than it has been for us. So,
which is not saying a lot of great things about us.
No, it's not. We're the ones doing it, and we've also all forgotten. So you know what? It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So I wanted to set the record straight on something that I'd said previously. I misspoke when I was talking about Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. I described it as aggressively heteronormative. I meant to say aggressively gender normative. Trails of Cold Steel is the one that's super sexist, and also just problematic in general. Like, the writing, the story, NPC interactions are just full of very, very, very inappropriate stuff that's like anime tropes, so it's not completely out of the norm, but they went really hard with them, and it's not really the core of the game. Like, that's not even the game's identity. So those are the kinds of things that I'm talking about when I have issues with the writing, because otherwise the writing's really strong and very intelligent.
Yeah, that's like, that was the thing I've noticed when looking at Trails of the Sky. I was like, man, this is really good, like, character dialogue for the most part. Okay, he's selling the weapons and armor.
We want to go talk to the old man.
Oh, do I want to?
Yes, we have a key that we can bust into the one door down there that we haven't been through yet.
Yes.
Yeah, not this old man, the other old man.
Yeah.
The old man that we haven't seen.
Well, because the other guy does say to come back later.
I don't think we're later enough yet.
Maybe not. All right, let's door it up. And I did make an amendment in that episode where you said that. I put up a little text blurb, and I sort of accented it with the Dragon Warrior miss sound effect. A little doodaloo.
Great.
Hast thou found the flute? Yes. Go to the town of Cantlin. Oh, okay. That's not one I'm familiar with.
But tell him no. What happens if you haven't found the flute?
How foolish.
What if he's talking about a different flute?
I
would have laughed if you busted open the door and he's like, "Are you room service? I've been waiting for 5 days."
Hast thou found the flute? No. Howard had it, but he went to Rimmeldar and never returned. Ah, okay. So, but wait, we would have to have gone to Rimmeldar first in order to get the key to come back here, at which point we would have probably, hopefully, talked with him.
Yeah. I do also like...
Well, I mean, you're both Howard, so you should know how this goes.
We're not Nestor? Oh, I don't have enough money to buy wings.
Well, go out into the field, bop something on the head.
All right.
Come on back.
Jeez. Oh, perfect. Right here. Great.
The magician's
Thank you.
like, I hear you needed to bop something on the head.
Oh, but he ran away.
Wait, did he give... Oh, okay, I was
He
gonna say...
ran away.
you killed him and he didn't drop any money.
Yeah, nope. He just went, whoop, I'm out of here.
Oh, no.
Ugh, these enemies are too intimidated.
Well, wander into the
Yikes.
wander into the desert, see what happens.
Wander into the desert and find out.
Yep. All right. There we go. Command. Oh, goodness gracious.
He should give you at least 13, right?
I hope so.
He gives you 12.
29.
29.
Nice.
Look at you, big spender.
Oh, and now the magicians want to fight. Oh, he ran away.
Man, come on.
Scorpion never backs down from a fight.
Yep. Even when it can't win.
That's the town that the guy wanted you to go to, right? The town of Can't Win.
Yep. Yep. And now I'm starting to get an idea of like what town is which. So we start in the castle of Cantigal, and then next to it is Breckenary. The town to the northwest. Oh, I'm going to the wrong place again. Town to the northwest is Garinham.
Go right? No, go down. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
The inn is
Yeah.
where.
Then this is the
I
village
don't
of
know.
Cole.
Don't
and
listen to me.
then-
Trust nothing.
Yep. And then southeast is Rimeldar.
I realize that I've gotten so accustomed to live streaming and making my own mistakes and going around in my own circles that I feel extra self-conscious when I suggest something when someone else is playing now. I'm like, oh, I can't just play this off as, oh, I'm just goofing around or I'm exploring or I don't know the game. It's like, well, supposedly I know this game, but clearly I don't.
Well, you know what? I can still. I was just, sometimes I just move on autopilot, so I'm like, it's totally fine to just mention things. And if I'm like, well, okay, that's clearly not right, it is what it is. I mean, listen, I couldn't even remember what we did last episode, so.
Yeah.
I blame no one
it's
for
been a
having a
year.
bad, for making mistakes.
Well, and I also usually, when I'm streaming, I have chat there to, nudge me and be like, yo, dude, like to call me out on stuff or to remind me or like, hey, chat, does anyone have an internet handy? Could you please look this up for me? And your health could stand to be high. Oh, yeah, you're working on that already.
Yep. Bada bing, bada boom.
Man,
50. I forget if it goes higher than that.
I think it's
you're at
50 right
currently.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let's go ahead and use a torch here. Just
So we talked about this before. My suggestion was use the spell and either keep 3 magic points in reserve at all times in case your light goes out on you, or keep a torch in reserve at all times and use that as the backup.
my thought. Well, actually, if we're just going to fight the dragon, I could potentially just go in blind.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of
kinda
how you
know
ended
where
up
he
there
is.
before,
Yeah,
right?
and because the thing I'm thinking about is the sleep spell so far has proven to be relatively effective.
Oh, yeah.
Although
Yeah.
against the dragon, it's a boss, maybe it won't work. But I'd at least, if it does work, I would
But
like to
having
have
worked-
lots of usages of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that makes sense. You make a good case. And also, this is a small, short dungeon, so I think even if you did want to use a torch, I can't imagine anything running out before you get out of here.
Yeah,
Thy hit points will run out before thy light does.
indeed.
Man, I am slightly concerned
okay,
about this. I
maybe-
do not know.
Maybe this is not gonna work because I'm
Yeah, I
currently
think-
just bump. All right, let's throw up a torch because it's only 8 gold and I can buy it in any town as opposed to like the wings or something, which are a lot harder to come by. Aha, that would be.
It would have been really funny. I think you need to go right.
Yeah, I do.
But it would have been really funny if you would have just lit the torch, taken one step, and dragon!
Yep. Ah.
No? Yeah.
Uh,
No?
Yeah,
Oh,
most adventurers use a torch just before they reach the dragon. Here we
there
go.
you go. Okay.
here we are.
All right, first
Sleep,
thing I'm gonna
sleep,
do,
sleep.
sleep. Is it-
Come on.
Yes, I put it to
Yes,
sleep. I've been watching a lot of a YouTuber called HC Bailey, who's been like
Yeah.
Oh,
did
yeah.
a lot of stuff on Game Facts, I think originally, but then started doing videos. Oh, only 2 HP of damage. How about the hurt spell?
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
Oh, significantly better. Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, so that's the nice thing about the hurt spell is that it consistently, I'm pretty sure it consistently does a range of damage regardless of the monster's defenses. So if your weapon isn't strong enough to do a lot of damage, it's definitely good.
Pain sleep.
Please, please, please.
The spell will not work.
No.
Well. Okay.
Okay.
We are not ready for this yet.
But we're not that unready.
No, the sleep spell definitely helps, and hurt is definitely going to be the strategy, because we've got a decent weapon now, but we're still really not doing...
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say we have a decent weapon. I think that the next weapon is the broadsword, which, like, we just got the...
hand axe.
Chainmail. Well, did we get the chainmail?
We got the half-plate armor.
Half-plate, right. So
we
have we have the half-plate and the large shield, so the next thing is the...
Is the next weapon, is our next sort of equipment upgrade. We also only have 85 EXP to the next level, which is very close.
Yeah. So did we want to do the Garin thing? I feel like we should be leveled, obviously, and ready for the next weapon when we're done with the Garin
I think so too. That was what I wrote on my notes. I was saying that the current goal is to attempt to fight the green dragon in the tunnel. After
do you
that,
want to buy a torch before you go anywhere? Just to not forget.
Oh yeah,
we can get it in Garin. Yeah,
I guess that's true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Actually, there might not be an item shop in Garin.
But I think there was a chest. Now that you mention it.
That has
on the way
torch?
to the grave.
Yeah, that's true. On the reopenable chest. That's a good point. But yeah, my notes here, it says that after fighting the green dragon, or if I'm not ready, go get the harp in Garin's tomb. And it says, prove to a guy in an underground room in the northeast region that I'm good enough to get the Staff of Rain.
Yeah.
And then after that, we would focus on the quest to make the Rainbow Bridge. And that would at least clear up some inventory space. And by that time, we'll have fought enough enemies, done enough, etc., to get better equipment and maybe take on the dragon. And then I was going to say maybe try fighting the dragon again after that's done, or potentially head to the southwest, to the south area of the southwest continent or region, where the Wolf Lord was that wiped the floor with me earlier.
So the thing about where the difficulty level of the dragon right now, which I think is interesting about this game in particular, like it's kind of RPGs in general, but especially this one. A lot of this game, at least for me, is managing the odds, because there's a range of damage you can do with your spells, with your weapons. There's a range of damage enemies can deal, and a range of hit points that enemies can even have going into the battle. And you know, we already talked about how every single hit point matters in this game.
Absolutely.
And so this is a game where I feel like taking on a boss monster like the dragon is sort of playing the odds. Because, you know, there's a certain threshold of, well, if you cast the sleep spell and if it stays asleep the entire battle, or if you have just enough hit points to take one hit before you put it back to sleep, and you get lucky with critical hits, excellent moves, or you get the higher end of the damage every time you cast the hurt spell, you might actually be able to take it down at a much lower level than is reasonable to be taking on a monster like that. And that's something I really appreciate about this game, is that it's not just, oh, I'm grinding until I'm ready to fight the boss. It's, I'm continuing to buy new equipment and level up to increase the odds in my favor.
Yeah, that's a really great point. And, I mean, obviously, speedruns, okay, there's 2 chests up there that I want to get. Speedruns and such definitely, I think, take advantage of that kind of thing. Obviously, they manipulate RNG heavily to shift the odds in their favor, but they do rely on the fact that it is still just inherently possible in this game to do those sorts of things, and that's pretty cool.
And that's what I was getting at with Hyperdimension Neptunia, talking about either you're prepared to win a battle or you're not, because, and maybe it's just I'm not good at this particular game's brand of strategy, but from everything that I've experienced with it, one of the biggest challenges with fighting any enemy is basically all of the enemies recover health automatically every turn. And there's a certain point where you physically cannot dish out enough damage to defeat them. So you really have to be a minimum level with a minimum amount of equipment or special abilities that dish out a certain amount of damage to prevent the enemy from healing back up to full. But then on top of that, you have to be able to absorb enough damage that you're not wasting an entire round healing everybody back up or unparalyzing them, unpoisoning them, whatever you need to do, because then you lose progress on that and the health keeps on recovering. So that really requires you to be at a certain level, and there's just a threshold where you physically can't beat the boss.
Yeah.
Unless I really don't understand how the game works, but I put in more than enough hours that I feel like, I have a decent handle on strategy.
That's the starting point. All right. Well, I've navigated myself back in a circle.
I also just beat the game by accident last night with my B team. Which is the second time this has happened recently with an RPG. I also accidentally beat Octopath Traveler 2. I was just roaming around exploring. I don't know if it's just me or if I've gotten a little more nonchalant. Like, when I go into a final boss battle, I want to prepare. I want to psych myself up. I want to wrap up every loose end. I want to be like, okay, this is it. We're doing this. And I don't want to be like, okay, well, there's a little minion wandering around this field. I guess I'll go beat that up and see what this event is. And then I assume I'm in the second to last dungeon. And nope, final boss. Haha.
Oh. Wow. That's,
But yeah, I did that with Octopath too. And they kind of telegraphed it, but I feel like they didn't telegraph it enough, or at least not in a way that really sank in of, no, dude, this is the end. Like, yes, maybe you can go do stuff in the post-game, but this is it. Yay, level up!
New spell. Stop spell.
Stop
okay.
spell.
All right. I've got 4 more MP as well, which is nice.
Man,
another very good descriptive spell that tells you exactly what it does.
Yeah, no, I've started to you said this, I think, an episode or 2 ago, and I think you're I really am starting to appreciate the fact that these spells are they just tell you what they do. And because when I mentioned a while back, I was trying to play some of the Phantasy Star games, and just going into those games, I have no idea what any of these spell names mean that they do. Like, they're, with some things, like, the later Dragon Quest games, Sizz, Frizz, like, you can at least say, okay, there's some kind of heat or fire involved.
They're onomatopoetic, yeah.
Yeah,
you can
like,
kind of
there's
infer what they are.
There's something there, but as opposed to, like foie and Ray, and I'm like, what do these mean? Like, what the heck is foie? Okay, it starts with F. Is it fire? And it is fire, I think. But it's like, I have no idea what's going on, like, any of these spells. And it's like, and everybody starts with like 2 or 3 spells of different abilities. I'm like, I have no idea what any of these do.
Man, sorry, do we want to, since we're still like here and our Radiant is about out and we're almost out of MP, do we want to just go back to the inn for a second?
We could.
Like, since we're still at the top.
I think I've got a little more.
Yeah, but like compared to going through the whole dungeon, right?
Yeah.
I think we would do well to What?
Well, now that we say that, I'm completely turned around now. I thought I knew where the staircase was, but I guess I think I've gone a little too far down.
Yeah, courage and wit have served us well, but memory not so much.
That is certainly true.
I mean, it's a combination of being focused on playing and talking at the same time, trying to keep up the pace for the video. We kind of talked about this a little bit already, but it's also whatever stresses are going on in our own lives, whatever other details are fighting for dominance in our brains of, what's important to remember. I write stuff down. That's why I like, I'm on the Backloggery, I'm on Kitsu, I'm on Letterboxd, and I try and record the opinions that I have about things so that even if I don't remember every single detail of what I've watched or played or read or whatever, I have it written down somewhere that I can refer back to it, and that's sort of like a photograph. It jogs my memory of like, oh yeah, I remember all this now. I don't need to retain all of that information all the time because I have a place where I can refer back to it. And a lot of the stuff that we've been discussing here is not stuff that I've written down and, you know, committed to memory in that way, you know, stored that memory in an object or, you know, website or something somewhere. And it's not stuff that I've discussed all that often in recent years because, you know, we're talking about games that I haven't played in years in some cases, and talking about, you know, things that happened during previous recordings that are, you know, kind of similar because we have this comfortable gameplay loop of wander out in the field, go beat up some monsters, go buy some stuff. You know, it's not like, oh, you remember that specific level in Super Mario Brothers so-and-so that, you know, like Beat Block Highway or whatever it's called, like the one that really stands out. It's like, you know, this is, as much as I enjoy it, a lot of the experience is kind of circular, keeps coming back around, so it absolutely can be tough to keep track of stuff.
Yep. And like, man, it really, it's one of those things where, especially listening back on the recordings of episodes, it really kind of impresses on me of, wow, I am really like hardcore focusing on the game because you can just tell from the footage that I am like definitely in the zone, and potentially anytime I'm not. You can tell the difference between how I'm playing when I'm focusing on talking versus focusing on the game.
Yeah.
Like it's a subtle difference most of the time, but it is like, you know, accidentally bringing up the menu after battle. I do that a lot when I'm not.
So I think we want to go left, because down in the bottom right corner, I believe, is sort of dead-endy. I can bring up a map if we really want, but I feel like we haven't made much progress going this way, aside from getting the treasure chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bottom right, because I don't believe I've checked that corner yet. I found a dead end when trying to go to the bottom left, so I have to take an alternate route to get further down there. Oh, hey.
Oh, that's right, yes. This is the way we want to go. We were kind of getting stuck in the middle. Okay, so we want to go all the way over to the edge of the room and then go clockwise.
Yeah, so sort of right, then down, and then through the door. That is frustrating, though, that we are going to need to have... I'm curious, how many keys do we have? We only have one more key. The key to the entrance to the grave area remains unlocked, but this door presumably will not. Although, then again... Yeah, well, yeah, because the...
Yeah, when we enter.
The chests might... Yeah.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go for it. I feel like one should be good.
All right.
Yeah,
well, there's another staircase right here. I'm going to take it.
But that's sort of like crossing a bridge. Every level that we go down, we're probably going to get stronger monsters.
That's
But
true.
I also think that this level here does not really have anything. I don't think we went in the center. I think we went around in a circle and then we're like, help, and left.
Yeah.
But even if there's nothing in the center here, it at least, for our own edification, confirms, yes, there is nothing here. For the viewers who are maybe not going to play this game, haven't played this game, it's, oh, well, this is what this floor looks like. Because I know I'm always curious about things. You know, people do speed runs, or they've played the game a million times, and then they just skip things that aren't necessary. And I, as the viewer, am like, but wait, go back, I want to see it. I don't care if there's nothing there, I'm just curious about what it's like.
Mm-hmm.
So, Nathaniel, I don't know if you know that we did a group watch of Nausicaa.
Yeah, I was aware of that, yes.
Yeah, so the hilarious thing is I'm going through and I'm making this video where I kind of intersplice clips from my playthrough of Crystallis in parts that relate to things that are happening in the movie. And I, having played the game so much, never got paralyzed by the bugs that paralyze you. And I keep talking about how annoying these bugs are, that they paralyze you all the time. And I could not get a clip from my playthrough of me getting paralyzed.
Okay, here...
By the bugs.
This staircase is in the center, and it's in the middle of, like, 4 sort of pillars. It looks relatively significant.
Well,
oh, wow,
listen
listen to the music here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the stairs that you just saw. Oh, there's a different set of stairs.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
so,
there's nothing here.
interesting. Nothing on this one. Okay.
But now
I'm
I know
gonna
where
assume that
another
those are
pair of
stairs.
stairs is that is potentially worth looking at.
No?
Yep, there's
Oh,
there's those stairs. There's that
but there was
stairs.
also another set of stairs.
Yep.
I have the music for this game on my computer, and it's fun to just let it run through the full playlist, and then each level of the dungeon, as the playlist
Yeah.
progresses, just keeps getting lower and lower.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try taking. So those stairs, I think, would be the ones here, right by the stairs down onto this floor.
Hmm.
I'm gonna check that out.
Now, something that I am cognizant of, we have 600 gold, which
Mhm.
is like
Ooh,
2/3 of the way.
pretty
Well,
good.
actually, I forget what we're saving up for next.
1,500 for the broadsword.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
So-
we're
I do want to be conscious of how adventurous we're being and making sure that we leave enough HP and MP for a trip all the way back up to the surface.
Okay, this is just a dead end.
nothing. Oh wait, were the other stairs
A
down?
Druid
I wasn't-
Lord. Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, pain, sleep.
He's facing the other way.
The spell will not work.
What? Oh no.
So it's immune.
Well, see, but we cast it on the dragon and it worked successfully, but the second time I cast it, it said the spell will not work. So I'm not sure
Yeah.
that's not just
Oh, okay.
a wording
I think it's
quirk to
just-
say
yeah.
that it was ineffective that one time.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, wow, my regular attack does do a lot of hit points of damage, though.
Yeah. Sometimes. I think we got this.
Oh, no, he heals
Oh,
himself.
what?
Curses.
What a jerk! And it doesn't tell you by how much.
Nope. Okay, I've got one more attack here before I need to heal.
What?
Ouch. Okay. Item, use another herb. Luckily, I've got quite a few. Oh, man.
What a jerk! Come on.
Well, luckily, I know it's only going to be like maybe 10 or 12 HP it heals.
Yeah, so this is the challenge that we have now.
There
Is
we
that
go.
Okay.
Oh,
the
6
two
to
major
7?
milestones were heal.
Yes,
Uh,
right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The two major milestones we're working toward now are defeating the dragon and getting to the bottom of this dungeon. And I feel like they're both kind of equally challenging because here
We don't want to.
it's a matter of endurance, and the dragon is a matter of just like brute strength, survive one very difficult battle versus survive a series of medium difficulty battles.
We're just going back to town.
Yeah,
for
heading
now?
back to town. We got lots
Okay,
of.
okay.
We're making way more than we need to. We've got one more attempt at this before I will need to go and buy more magic keys. Because I didn't buy a
Yeah,
full
oh,
complement
yeah.
last time because I believe I was low on money.
Right. Yeah. I forgot about that.
So, and also we used one to get to the room with the old man for in the village of Cole. So yeah, we could make multiple attempts on this, or I mean, the door could decide to be nice and not go away or not reclose when we leave. If it did that, it would be very appreciated. But I have a feeling that if chests respawn when you re-enter a dungeon, so too will the
Yeah,
door.
I'm not sure, right? Because the door in the town stays open.
That is true.
So I couldn't tell you.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
And the castle, the doors reappeared.
Yes.
So it's interesting that this door stays open.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't left town yet, though. The castle doors came back when we left.
Yeah. When we
Now,
left
do we
the
want to
room.
save?
And also, well,
Mm,
because that's the thing. If we save, then we have to buy more keys, unless we're willing to buy the keys at the castle. Right?
I think I'm gonna go for one more.
Yeah.
Because
One more
it hasn't
delve.
really
Do we
taken
wanna
us
get-
all that long. I
So,
don't.
do we
think.
want to get herbs? How many herbs do we have?
We've got 4 herbs.
Oh, well, we're fine. Okay,
I think
never mind.
I think we're doing okay. We're not super well stocked, but we're reasonably well stocked.
Yeah, for some reason I thought that we had like one herb.
I will try and make this a conservative delve into the dungeon. So if anything starts to look worrisome, I'll probably head out right away. Just so that we can get a little more experience, a little bit more funds, and then we can, and on our way back to the village of the town of Rimmeldar, we'll of course gather more funds, and maybe by the time we get there, maybe we will have enough to buy that broadsword. That's kind of my hope, is that we'll make just enough in here that by the time we get to Rimmeldar, we'll be able to buy the next weapon.
Yeah. Man, you know, it's interesting in terms of game design, but I almost feel like this plays more like a roguelike in a way, because what modern RPG has you entering and exiting a dungeon? I feel like most games now will have you, like, maybe you'll die once, but you would never, like, take multiple trips into the same dungeon and be like, well, I'm gonna go in, and then I'm gonna explore, and then I'm gonna restock.
The door is open.
And then...
The door did not return.
You didn't leave town.
Yes,
right.
But I was worried that
can.
Because the chests respawn when you leave.
Right.
Maybe the chests don't respawn until I actually fully leave town. Maybe this is still considered the same map, quote unquote.
Right.
But that's good.
Yeah.
That means that we just need to buy, you know, when we buy our next set of keys, that'll be we'll be set. For our next, you know, until we basically conquer it, hopefully.
But Jeddy, I agree about your
dungeon
sentiment
assessment.
there.
Yeah.
Like, it does definitely feel more roguelite-y.
Like, obviously, there's a lot of differences. Like, you aren't dying and
sure.
restarting, and it's not like
A
randomized,
specter
but
draws
just
near.
the concept of going into a dungeon multiple times just for the purpose of exploration is not something that a recent game would do.
You gave it an idea.
Dang it.
I don't know, just the effect of putting a ghost to sleep, kind of.
Yeah.
Feels unlikely to succeed, but you never know.
Yep.
You know, I've
63
poisoned robots
gold.
before.
Pretty good. Yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm a little worried about the fact that you can put me to sleep.
Yeah, the monsters
It
down
might
here...
be worth going back up one level.
Oh boy.
you're
I
allowed.
know I can put to sleep. Good.
I guess the thing is, I feel like this is the level we need to be on, right? That, like, for anything to happen... Yeah, get him.
Okay.
Nice.
So that message is not a saying that the spell will not continue to work. It's just saying it has failed to work that one time. Yes. Okay. Whew. All right. 75 gold. Wow.
Yeah, right?
All right.
I
Well,
want to
just
save magic at this point.
yeah. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
Wraith Knight.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think just bash him, see what you can do. Unless you want to try to run.
Oof.
Whoa.
Yeah. I feel like this is, go ahead and try to run or sleep or... Yeah, run.
Okay, good. Now
Okay,
I'm gonna
okay.
run.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. Man, and the question is... right,
Oh, are
I
you
feel
kidding
like
me?
What? Run, 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 run.
Sleep.
Run. Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. Run, run. Just...
I'm trying to
Okay, yeah.
heal up because I'm worried he's gonna block
Okay.
me. Yes. Okay.
Okay. You got this. Okay.
All right. Wow,
do
that
we
was
wanna see if the-
dicey.
Heal, heal,
Will the
heal,
wing?
heal.
Oh.
Will the wing?
Okay, well, a skeleton I can deal with here. Okay. All right.
Do we
You're
wanna
right,
try
though,
the
I
wing?
feel. I just don't want to lose the wing.
Do you know where you're going?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I know. I do not know
No,
where I'm
you
going.
don't.
Hang on. Wrong way.
Nope. Yep. There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, we're safe now. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. I think we're all right.
Dracula, please. Come on.
Don't say that, because I have no more uses of heal and no more herbs.
Oh, yikes. Oof.
We are, need to head up here, down,
Yeah, we got this.
up, to the right.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you're good.
Ha!
Yeah, nice, nice.
Nice.
Boom!
Yay.
I mean, do we want to just
Actually-
head straight to the castle? Yeah.
Yeah, let me just... Wings...
I was gonna say everything is so low
Yeah.
stakes from here to the castle. You probably would have been fine.
Ah!
Save time.
Yeah, streamline it. Speedrunning tactic. Excuse me, sir.
Speedrunning tactic. Run into that guy.
Yeah, well, he clearly was trying to block me. GameCola's coming was foretold by legend, as it was the previous 17 times.
What is his job?
Well, to restore my magic, clearly.
He's
Right.
been sitting behind this desk since before you were born, waiting to heal your
Yeah,
magic.
54 health, 54 hips, and 40 mips. Not too shabby. I'm level, what, 10 now? Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how much you have until the next level, because you've gone quite a bit.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm guessing still probably quite a bit.
Yeah.
577,
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Those numbers remind me of my favorite Choose Your Own Adventure book, which I believe is called Escape from UFO 5440.
Huh.
Oh.
I've always been a sci-fi fan,
Fair.
and getting to do a Choose Your Own Adventure in a science fiction setting versus some of the like light horror fantasy settings that some of the other ones were, which I also enjoyed.
Yeah.
But that was my jam. Haven't read it in
Oh,
like
boom!
decades. though.
Obliterated the slime. I'm
What?
sorry.
35.
Sorry, sorry. It's just. Oh goodness. All right, I apologize. You were saying?
I was basically done. I haven't. It's been ages, so I don't know how well the book aged. But
All right, let's start buying some herbs.
do we have a torch in reserve still?
We should,
so.
yes.
Yeah, so what is our plan?
Keys from Rimmeldar, and hopefully slowly get enough. How many items? Okay, I have 4 herbs. That should be okay for now. And on the journey to Rimmeldar, trying to work up enough gold, maybe while I'm in the area, try and work up enough gold to purchase the broadsword.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I do feel like if we're going to make it to the bottom of that dungeon, we're going to need one new piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And so far, I don't know why I'm walking through the higher encounter terrain here. Just absent-mindedly. Ugh, and paying for it, apparently. The thing that I'm glad so far is that so far we have not needed to explicitly grind for gold or experience. Not really. So far, everything has been pretty incorporated with some other goal in mind, and so that's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep it to, is like we have some goal. Even if we don't necessarily succeed at that goal, we have something else that we're doing and working towards in the meantime.
And the nice thing is, we still have options. if we hit a dead end anywhere, there's still other places we can poke around. Like, now that we know we can take down a Wolf Lord, we can push further onto the western continent.
Right.
Yeah. Well, we can just barely defeat a Wolf Lord. It is not necessarily an easy task, especially if, and this is my concern, is that the monsters in that floor of that dungeon represent the kinds of monsters, because there was a Wolf Lord there, but I'm also worried, well, if we saw Wolf Lords in that part of the southwest region, are the other monsters that we found in that level of Garin's tomb also going to show up in that region? Are the enemies in that floor of the tomb indicative of the enemies we will also find in further reaches of the world?
Well, so here's the thing about that. If they are, you get some practice when you're not stuck in the middle of a maze, where you have the ability to wing back to the castle anytime. Because I don't remember if that works in a dungeon, but I don't think it does. I think you need to be on the overworld for that to work.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about navigating your way back out. You've got very clear visibility, and you can kind of poke around the edges of where those monsters start to appear, so you can immediately retreat back into safer territory.
Yes.
And you also might or might not discover something, for all you know, there could be another town just across from where the Wolf Lords hang out, and there may be more equipment that you can get. Or there may be nothing. It may just be another bridge.
Yep.
But it prepares you for those battles once you're in the depths of the dungeon, trying to worry about not getting lost and conserving all of your inventory and everything, because you'll have already fought them a bunch on the surface.
Mm-hmm. That is a very good point. It's a lot easier to do battle on the overworld where there's lower stakes. Okay.
And the encounter rate you have more control over as well on the overworld.
Debatably.
Debatably, yeah.
I will also say, what was I going to say?
Nothing,
Oh,
apparently.
right. Sorry. Goldmen. We can maybe go fight some Goldmen and see if we can take one on.
We can try them. We did just save, so not a lot would be lost if we don't manage it.
I think.
Well,
yeah.
If you don't manage it, I would definitely.
We would need to reset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it would be painful to lose 450 plus gold. Although
well,
now,
if you fully stock up on keys,
I wouldn't stock up.
I don't know how much.
Right? Because if we're trying to buy the broadsword, and we only need a couple of keys for now, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
So,
okay, we've got 4 magic keys.
Yeah,
if you want to deck yourself out with herbs, and do you need to buy a wing still?
I think we can buy the wing, and then I think we're good to start grinding.
Yeah, okay, so I've got 4 herbs, 4 magic keys. I forget if this town has an item shop or not.
Is there a teleport spell in this game? I can't remember. One that actually takes you to any town?
I think you do get a spell, I want to say it's called Return, that serves the same function as the wing.
As a wing, okay.
Okay.
But I don't think you can teleport to any town.
Yeah, because it's kind of a pain to have to walk all the way here every time.
That guy is not a vendor.
Even though he's sitting behind the vendor's table.
Yeah, I think we determined this place doesn't have an item shop.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, then...
Oh, well.
Whoa, slow down there. That was interesting.
Where were we getting the wings, then?
There's coal
right.
and there's Breckenary. Or Garin ham.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I forget if Garin ham has wings or not. They might also be just an herb, scale, and torch place. I feel like that's a decent name for like a pub or something. The herb, scale, and torch.
Yes.
Or a medieval law firm.
I feel like I'm playing Daggerfall.
Alright, so it was south where we ran into a gold man.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this would be good too because we haven't fully explored this continent.
Oh man, that half-plate armor seems to really help me against these wolf attacks. Previously, they were doing like close to double-digit damage.
Yeah.
And now we're...
you want to heal?
Heal? Stop.
Oh. I'm not paying it. I appreciate you warning me. All right. Okay.
I think he can take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all right. All right. Yeah, we're okay. Okay, now we heal.
Yeah, now heal.
I need heal more, darn it.
Oh man.
It would be funny if you get a new spell and it's like, GameCola learned heal. I'm like, didn't I already know that? And then you look back at your spell list and your new call is called heal, and the first spell got renamed to heal less.
Just to spite me. All right, I think it was in this area.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say stay on the east side of the mountains just so you can scurry back to town if you need to more easily.
Yep. All right. It is
Wait,
dodging.
It is dodging.
Oh, now I am dodging. We're at 1,002 gold.
Oh.
Okay, Wolf Lord. I love the way that H.C. Bailey phrases this. It's like, what we will do is put them to sleep. All right. He just has that particular emphasis that it just cracks me up every time.
I always think of the Whose Line Is It Anyway bit where I think it was Ryan and Colin together, and one of them was babbling and getting off topic, and the other just puts his hand on the other guy's head and says, "Sleep," and then the dude just collapses.
Oh, that's really funny.
Yeah, maybe we want to go to the inn. And then we can just head straight. What? Howard's still asleep.
Yep. Now I'm just
There you
thinking of Colin, what bird do you think describes our next song? Oh, I don't know, a tern? Really? Well, what sound does a tern make, Colin? Backstreet Boys? and Ryan just loses it. And he just goes like half crying, no, Colin, that's wrong. I'm thinking of an owl because The Who is our next band. That was one of my favorite moments.
Man, we are so close to having that broadsword.
Yeah, the Wolf Lords are actually giving pretty good gold. Oh wow, did I one-shot that metal
Two-shot, I
scorpion?
think.
Yeah,
Okay,
two-shot,
two-shot,
yeah. But
sure.
still, I mean,
You
they
know
Cut
what?
off the tail, then you cut off the claws.
Yeah, honestly. Okay, I was gonna say, I wonder if I can wander around in this sort of sandy area to see if that gives me... because I saw that there's the metal scorpions. It makes me wonder if the stronger enemies are there. It seems like it's kind of a gradient. Like certain stronger enemies are here, but not fully until I get further south.
We ever fight peace locks?
I think by that name, it'd be a misnomer.
Well, I mean, they'd be support characters. They'd cast heal.
yeah.
They'd buff
Looks
heal.
like, yeah, fighting the heal slimes or running into the merchant.
Oh, yeah. Okay, still not far south enough.
The merchant was one of the weirdest uses of the battle system, right? In Dragon Warrior 4.
I enjoyed that, though.
I don't know what
good,
you're
like-
talking about, so I'm just like, huh?
One day you'll get there.
Okay.
Here we go.
Sleep 'em.
Sleep.
Now I forget. Does the
Nice,
flute
yes.
work on this? I mean, let's not try that now. But
I don't actually know what the flute does.
the flute puts a very specific monster to sleep, but I don't know if it puts more than that monster to sleep.
Yeah, I don't think I ever tried. I'd be curious. Yeah, beat him up.
Maybe once we're a little stronger.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Okay.
How much?
153.
Excellent.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
So let's heal back up.
gosh.
I do feel like we should stay as topped off as we can while we're so close to town.
I agree. It takes
If we
takes
can
very
get one
little
more,
effort
then we've
to,
got the yeah. Come
Wolf Lord.
Because yeah, I was over here, thinking like, oh man, at like 30 gold apiece, and we need 500 gold. It's like, oh man, that's kind of rough. But when we're over here getting what this guy gives you 78, yeah, we need one more battle.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier.
I know we talked about, wow, the sleep spell is actually effective, but I have to say, it makes an amazing difference when an RPG has useful support spells like that, where it actually makes a difference in battle.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree. And that's one of my big complaints with a lot of RPGs is that they make they have a ton of different status ailments that you can use, but like so many of them are either not effective against a bunch of different enemies, or most importantly, that a lot of status effects are most useful in sort of long-term chip damage, but the enemies that would work best against, i.e. bosses, are not vulnerable to them. Like bosses are typically programmed to be specifically immune to most status ailments, and I just think that that's such a shame because it basically eliminates their primary use.
And that's something that I loved about playing Final Fantasy Restored. And, this is something you can do in the original game, but I went into a boss battle with one of the four fiends, Kraken, and I broke the Kraken. There is a break spell. I forget what it's called in the retranslation, but it's an instant death spell.
Wow.
That works on the boss. And it doesn't always work. Like, it is a risk. You could be pumping out damage instead, or, buffing or doing any number of other things. But it is, if you want to save your high-level spell and give it a shot, you might just take out the boss immediately.
Wow, that's really cool. You know what it almost reminds me of? It makes me wonder if that particular, I wonder whether that was an oversight or not. Because I know that Final Fantasy 1 is extreme. I know that Final Fantasy 1, though, is very buggy.
It is, but the refights with all of the fiends, they're immune to instant death stuff.
Interesting. Because I'm thinking of a, like maybe this is a suplex the train kind of situation where I've actually been playing through. I meant to say this before. You guys were talking about what other RPGs you've been playing. I have been playing. A friend of mine really was pushing for me to play Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in America because I've never played most of the Final Fantasy games, and I've been really enjoying Final Fantasy 6. But I absolutely, when I saw the opportunity, I was like, oh, I have to. You can't not suplex the train. It's
use the torch.
It's really important that you suplex the train.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and it was just as awesome. Like, despite having just known that it was just kind of a meme already, actually doing it in the context of the whole scene surrounding the battle and like, because there's this whole big story thing leading up to that fight, and like, despite knowing what was going to happen, it was nevertheless incredibly satisfying. It felt just as cool as it looked. And I was very happy about that. But now I've gotten to this like weird middle point in the game where I feel like I've gotten like I'm having trouble. The game has not really directed me to where I need to go next, and so now I'm just kind of My friend and I are both kind of struggling to figure out what is the next thing that I need to do to advance the story. Because
I think you need to go up the stairs.
Yes.
You sure you don't need to talk to them?
They tell me that the stairs tell me there is no one there, which is true.
Yeah.
Well, my next pickup, so like I said, I accidentally beat Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go circle back around and make the most of the DLC that I haven't dug into yet and try and get the best ending. But Oh, where are we heading now?
I'm heading to buy
Cole
wings
to get a
from
wing.
Cole.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, north.
Got it.
Then
Is
then-
up there, yeah.
yeah, up, then right.
Yeah, so I think my next RPG after I'm done with this one, I have This is what prompted me to play Final Fantasy Remastered in the first place. I don't know how much detail I went into about why I started that one, but I was looking for an RPG, a more classic style RPG, and I was looking through my library and I'm like, there's not anything that I haven't played already and that I really want to, and I was having issues, like I couldn't get my NES up and running, I couldn't get my Super Nintendo up and running, like I was having issues with my game systems. So I'm like, well, what do I have on Steam, on GOG? And as I was looking through Steam, I'm like, there's nothing in my library, but let me just check if there's something cheap I can pick up. And they were advertising the collection of Final Fantasy Legend 1, 2, and 3, which is like the Saga collection or something.
Yeah.
Which is not a name I know it by. I know it as Final Fantasy Legend. But they had the 3 Game Boy games, and modernized just a little bit. Like, I believe they give you a run button that wasn't in the original. I know very, very little about the original. But a collection of them, and I'm like, well, yeah, I would play those. And I would rather play an RPG on a bigger screen. Like, I'll play it on the Game Boy, but I would prefer some long format, something like an RPG, to be on my television or on, my computer. So I have that on my wish list, and it's on sale right now for half price. I think it was half price. So that may be my next pickup. So I may be going back even farther in time to play some old games.
Yeah, you haven't played the Final Fantasy Legend?
I played Adventure, but
which is
the
Secret of Mana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't believe if I played Legend, I might have touched Legend 1 at a friend's house just to see what it was like. But I know a little bit about it either because I read about it in a game review magazine or I watched somebody play a little bit of it. But whatever it was about it at the time, this was years and years and years ago, a little after it came out, just didn't have any appeal for me. But now I'm getting really nostalgic for this era of gaming and would love to play some classic RPGs. And I've been trying to get into series that I know I should like that I've never been anywhere near before.
Yeah, no, I played a lot of the Final Fantasy Legend back in the day. I think I've told the story multiple times that the most powerful weapon is the glass sword. And as such, I sold it because I was like, glass sword? Oh, this is going to be really weak. It's going to break, right? So I sold it for 1 gold just for the, inventory space. And then, I was never able to beat the boss. Which...
Oh, no.
Also, I'm going to say, I think that I didn't figure out, because, if you're not familiar with it, you don't level up, and you don't... weapons have, durability, right? So, every weapon has a limited number of uses, except for the glass sword. And so, leveling up, it costs money to continue to try to get money, and then you spend the money on items that give you higher strength and higher HP and so on. So, it is... Oh man, I can't even say it's grindy because, grinding is almost a negative. Just because, again, you're spending money in order to try to get more money.
I get the sense that we're at the end of the episode and James is being too polite to tell us.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Sorry. Yeah.
That's all right. It's a good story. I don't want to interrupt a good story.
Yeah.
So I just feel like this is about as close as we're gonna get to a natural cutoff point that isn't, in 30 minutes.
Mm.
Well, unless you want to go wander off and get yourself eaten by the dragon again.
Well,
You
I
might
mean,
have
while
a
that
shot
is
now.
it is tempting, but I feel like we could always save that for an exciting start to next episode.
Yeah.
Postpone the eatment. Got it.
Yes, I'll write that down in my notes for next time. Until then, though, we'll see you later.
See you around.
Toodaloo.